My abusive supervisor ruined my evening, so I dumped his cargo and quit. This happened over a quarter of a century ago. I was working as a truck driver, and I had several run-ins with a warehouse supervisor who made up petty rules to mess with the warehouse staff. We had a crazy staff turnover because of him. I had complained about him to the managers repeatedly. There was a driver shortage at the time, especially drivers with hazardous goods permits, and that shortage has never really improved. His favorite thing was screwing with staff and making sure their days were miserable. He tried it with the drivers too, by forgetting to tell the schedulers about urgent pickups. I was the last driver back. I had already called my wife to tell her I'd be home soon. When he told the traffic controller about a pickup of 4 small bins of bolts from a manufacturer that needed to be loaded onto an early morning run the next day. They could have told me about it earlier. It was 30 minutes from the yard, but it was on my way back from my route anyway. I got back after the pickup, and he starts crowing about how he'd ruined my evening plans. All the warehouse staff had gone home by then. I walked into the general manager's office and told him exactly what had happened. His response was a shrug, so I told him I was going back to my truck to get my kit. I opened the side curtains, unstrapped the load, and shouted the manager and warehouse supervisor over. I told the manager that if he was going to allow the supervisor to bully people and screw with their lives, he could live with the consequences. I jumped in the cab, reversed hard, and stamped on the brakes, tipping all 4 bins of bolts up the trailer. I said, "You can sort the bolts out, and you can stick your job up your arse." Then I got out of the cab and clocked out. I called an agency that night and started a new job the next day. One of the other drivers rang to tell me it took them 2 hours to sort the bolts out. Was anyone hurt? No, just they got a taste of their own medicine. Was it petty? Hell yes.